Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bears and Games podcast for the best of 2009.
Yay!
We've got Max here.
Hi, from Gamesters.ca. Check us out.
Yeah, Gamesters.ca podcast. We got Johnny here from Bears and Games. That's what I do. And Robbie from Japan. Hope. Well, and Japan.
From Hope.
Hope/Japan.
There's no hope in Japan.
Listing off, like, horses.
Hey, horses was good.
Sorry.
Not as good as dolphins.
So what's the worst game you bought in 2009?
You go first.
Okay, the worst game I bought in 2009? Well, I guess it'll have to probably be... I got two contenders here. Let's look at them for a second.
Is it the worst game of 2009 that I bought in 2009?
No. The
Or
worst
just a
game
at all from any
Yeah,
era?
that you bought. I have Midnight Club, Los Angeles, and I really didn't like this game.
Yeah, I heard your podcast on that one. It's such an odd pick for Bears and Games. It's so bad we're going to take this car game and somehow equate it with Bears and Games because it's just that bad.
Yeah, I bought it and I was really mad, so that's why I included it in the podcast.
I don't know. I've never actually played any Midnight Club games. They're just racing, right? Or is it like underground racing? Is that the big draw?
Yeah. It's like
Need for Speed.
But with a story.
It's Rockstar. Are there boys kissing in this? Are there car boys kissing?
I wish. No, there's no homosexuals. There's no gay village. There's no West Hollywood. Like, it's supposed to be a map of the entire LA area, and they somehow erase West Hollywood from it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and it's Rockstar, too. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
They're usually so on top of the game. Well, at least in the last year or two, they've been so on top of the game.
Yeah. And the other one was Silent Hill Homecoming. I bought... I really like Silent Hill games, and even Silent Hill 4 was interesting. But this one was $14 that I purchased it for, and it was no good.
I didn't even know it existed. Did this come out after the movie? Is this their follow-up?
Yeah, this is post-movie, so it's got a couple of the looks from the movie. But the main problem with the game is that, like, 2 hours in, it's like, wander around Silent Hill and figure out what to do. Which was cool in 98 because it was designed by people who sort of gave you clues on where to go because it sort of shoved you into certain areas. But in this one, you're in a graveyard, but it doesn't give you any idea of where you're supposed to be going or what you're supposed to be doing and any motivation why. So, yeah, Silent Hill Homecoming, I think, is my worst game that I bought this year because I got really bored. But, I mean, these two are pretty close. It's kind of a tie.
I'm glad you went with the survival horror, because that actually takes my pick for the worst of 2009, and I'm cheating because it came out in 1996 originally, but I never played it when it came out.
And it got re-released.
And it got re-released at... Did it?
Yeah, on PlayStation Network.
But, it was resold on the... I thought you meant, like, redone for a second there, and I would have gotten excited. But no, Resident Evil, the director's cut. I'd never played that before. Holy crap, that game sucks.
No, that game's good.
The game is awful. I mean, I remember Resident Evil 2 and having a hard time with those tank controls, even back in 1998. But going one step earlier, and just, it's in this day and age, it's impossible to play. I can't do it. And it's so freaking hard.
I think I could still finish it. And plus, live action Barry.
Which one was he?
Remember how there's the live action introduction?
I didn't get too much farther after the introduction.
The filmed introduction. There's the bearish guy with the red beard.
Yeah, and they run in the field.
Barry.
I remember. Yeah.
Where's Barry?
And then
he's the one who says, "If I had got here any later, you would have been a Jill sandwich."
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
The worst game I bought in 2009 would be Unison for the PS2. But not the North American release. I bought the Japanese one. And in Unison, you have to move the two analog sticks in time to the music and just do different movements.
Okay.
But in the Japanese version, you have to you learn the entire song section by section, so about 5 sections in a row with about 10 moves each. And then to pass the level, you have to perform it all in one go through memory. There's no on-screen cue. There's nothing. You just have to remember these like 50 some odd moves and then do them to this really crappy song. And in the North American one, they changed it and they put in on-screen commands and that sort of thing. So I couldn't even get past the first level, and it was just horrible.
No, actually, no. Worst level of anything that came out this year.
Okay. I got I got my Zelda Spirit Tracks pick.
Okay,
which
Spirit
is
Tracks.
a very good game, and I don't want to dissuade people from trying it because it's a lot better than the Phantom Hourglass, which I thought was so messy and clunky.
Oh, that was such a good game.
It was great, except for that freaking temple that you
Everyone
have to do
hated the
over.
temple.
I
thought
hated
was
it.
Such
I
a
hated
good
it.
I love the temple.
I hated it.
I
That
played a
almost
whole
ruined the game
just
for me.
temple.
But I think this one works a bit
Just
better.
to be spiteful.
Just to be spiteful. It's pretty much the same gameplay, except a little more finely honed, or I don't even know how to. It's probably identical. The downside is the overworld, where in Nintendo's great creative stride to create even more ridiculous overworlds than a giant ocean which you have to sail across as Link. Now you have these tracks which just go in giant square grids that are arguably the most boring experience you can possibly play in a Zelda game. Like, why can't you just get off the train and walk? It would be infinitely more fun. But no, you're stuck on these rails, and all you do is shoot a cannon. It sucks, and it takes forever. And
It's like Desert Bus then?
exactly, and it's such an integral part of the game that it almost like it doesn't ruin it by any means. It's still a rad game, but God, it's such a taint on otherwise what might be a perfect game.
For my worst level, well, there's a couple of choices here. I could go with Tomb Raider Underworld has a level that starts off incredibly bad. This is the newest Tomb Raider, came out Q1 09, and it's
They were still making them. My God.
it looks like Death by Degrees. Like, do you remember
That game looked okay though.
But this is 2009, and it it kind of looks like either a Dreamcast game or Death by Degrees. You're on a boat, and you're on the front of the boat, and you're trying to get inside the boat, and it just looks so lame. Like, it's just got the worst kind of blocky PlayStation, like sort of slightly better than PlayStation 1 Dream. I'd say Dream
It's
Class, I
like
guess.
everything looks just like a doll's house kind of.
Well, it's just blocks. It's just cargo crates, and that's it. Like, it's the most simple looking level design, and you're climbing on it. It was so frustrating because it's full of human enemies. Which, if you play a Tomb Raider game, the second human enemies come in, it sucks. When it's just her exploring, it's fine, and even the occasional animal shooting. She likes to kill tropical creatures. That's fine too.
And you don't like Prince of Persia games, or do you?
I just haven't played them.
I think you'd really like them because they're a lot better. They sound like a better version of Tomb Raider.
There's some good parts in this, but the thing is with this level, it's really, really crappy right up until you get to the end, and suddenly the boat starts sinking, and then you have to climb things totally in a different direction because the boat's going down, and everything that was flat before is now a wall, and then it gets good. But yeah, the first it took me. I think I dropped the game for about 2 months because this level sucks so hard. And no game should have that. No game should have a level that is so bad that you stop playing it. And this one did. And what about you? Have you played any?
Yeah, Scribblenauts. Last level of the first stage of the puzzle mode. It was horrendous because it asked you to get 3 flowers, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so the first flower is easy enough because it's near a beehive. So I just, you can kill the beehive very easily.
Yeah.
The bee or whatever. You just shoot a gun at it or something. I don't know. The second one is a lily on a lily pad floating in the water. And no matter what I did, I could not get that flippin' lily pad. Because every time I tried to pick it up, the piranha would come and eat me, or I would try and use a depth charge on the piranha, or make a whale eat it, or something like that.
Yeah.
This game sounds awesome.
But
I'll make a whale attack it.
Yeah, and so then I could
Crack it?
I would die a lot, and before I could even get the second flower. But sometimes I would get it, and I'd go back to the basket to put it in. But the NPC that's in the level would go and knock the basket over, and so the flowers would all fall out. And so if you put it in, it would immediately fall out, and you couldn't even finish the level. And I tried it, must have tried it about 100 times, and then I finally just by fluke beat it. So it was a horrible experience, and it just sort of highlighted how broken the game is. There were a number of other levels I had difficulty with too, but that one was just beyond frustrating.